opportunity. It's time because patients need it, the science supports it, and I think this is the time for Philippines to actually shine and take over Asia with regards to medical cannabis, to be the leaders in this industry. Firstly, I'm going to talk about benefits, and thank you so much for the Philippines government for actually supporting this, especially Senator as well. So it's important that we look at supporting cannabis research as well as production. And as I mentioned, the Philippines can position itself as a leader with safeguarding public health and ensuring responsible use. We all know what's happening in Asia. We saw what's happening in Thailand. Thailand has opened up cannabis, but now it's time for Philippines to get it right. Yes, there were errors made all over the world, but we can use this benefits of medical benefits and get it right with Philippines. I believe Philippines can actually lead medical cannabis in Asia, and that is why it's important that we look at the benefits. It's for the patients. So I want to just talk a little bit about history, but not too much of time. I'm not sure if you are aware that cannabis has been used for centuries, actually before Christ, from 12,000 BC to 3000 BC. George Washington was a hemp farmer, as well as Lincoln and Adams were involved in hemp. But what was even more interesting is medical cannabis was actually used with a pharmaceutical company known as Eli Lilly in conjunction with Park Davies. And in the 1930s, we had over 3 million scripts of medical cannabis given to patients. And the benefits were seen. So I'm not going to talk too much about history, but I want you to just put that into context. So why does medical cannabis work? So I'm trying to get to the next slide. Why does it work? And I'm going to talk some science, so please bear with me. I was told I speak in speed 4 times 100, so I'm going to try to slow down. So why am I so passionate about it, and why does medical cannabis work? Did you know that we are born with the endocannabinoid system? And without the system, we can actually die? Did you know that we produce our own cannabinoids in our body, and they're endogenous? And these endocannabinoids are really, really important to bring the body back into homeostasis. So there are actually 5 main endocannabinoids that we produce. The 2 main ones are anandamide and 2-AG. Ananda means bliss in Sanskrit, and that is how the body actually works. So I'm going to give you an example. I see there's lots of ladies out here. I'm sure there's lots of mothers out here. And normally when a baby is born, we tell that mother to breastfeed the baby. Do any of you mothers know why? You know. So I'm going to tell you. The highest amount of endocannabinoids, your anandamide, your 2-AG, is actually found in breast milk. So we produce this. So it is really, really important. So you will see the difference between a baby that's breastfed and one that is not. The one that is breastfed is much healthier. Okay, so that shows you how important these endocannabinoids are. So how do you produce these? When you're running or you're doing exercise, you feel euphoric, and that is when these endocannabinoids are actually produced in the body. However, if you have an illness, if you have cancer or arthritis and pain, you cannot exercise, which means you can actually not produce these endocannabinoids. And what we found in science thousands and thousands of years ago is that medical cannabis from the actual plant produces something similar to these endocannabinoids, and they are called phytocannabinoids. So phytocannabinoids are produced from the plant. You would have heard about CBD and THC, but there are many more of these cannabinoids in the body. So when you take the medicine, guys, you can see here, you can see in the middle, there's an X-ray here. You have cannabinoid receptors in your body. So you have them all along the body. If you look at the blue, the cannabinoid 1 receptors are found in the brain and central nervous system. If you look at the pink, the cannabinoid 2 receptors are found in the peripheral organs and in the immune system. So what does this mean? When I take my cannabis from a plant, what happens is I want you to picture this as a key. And then I want you to picture all of these cannabinoid receptors there on the picture as the lock. So when you take the medicine, this key fits directly into these locks into the body, and it unlocks the potential for healing. So what that means is I'm now increasing my own endocannabinoids. So the last statement there, cannabis augments our body system. We need it. We need it to be healthy. We need it to help us for disease. We need it to heal. And most importantly, the endocannabinoid system is the human body is responsible for regulating many of your bodily functions, bringing the body back to homeostasis, which means balance. It's responsible for immune function, for sleep, for pain perception, appetite, bone development, memory, cardiovascular function, as well as the digestion.